So today in class, we worked in our math journal today, and we were on page 26, and we are writing and interpreting expressions. Now remember, an expression has numbers and operations. And remember, operations are add, subtract, multiply, and divide. When we're writing our expressions and interpreting them, we are not going to be solving them, all right? We're just going to be writing them. So our first example they give us is the sum of 13 and 12, which is then multiplied by 2. Well, sum is our key word here, and sum means to add. So we know that we need to do 13 plus 12 because sum means to add. And we're going to do that first, so we put our parentheses around it, which is then multiplied by 2. So now I'm going to times it by 2. And so there is our expression, 13 plus 12 times 2. The sum of 13 and 12, which is then multiplied by 2. All right, number 2, it says divide 16 by 4 and add the sum of 3 and 8 to the quotient. Well, quotient is the answer to a division problem. We already talked about sum as adding. Our first part says divide 16 by 4. So we're going to do 16. Now you've noticed that in your textbook they just use a slash mark for division. 16 divided by 4. All right. And then we're going to add that to the sum of 3 and 8. So that means we need to add 3 and 8. So I'm going to put parentheses around that. So we would do our 16 divided by 4 plus 3 plus 8. And we know that we do our parentheses first. All right, our next example for writing our expressions is multiply 12 and 6 and divide the product by 9. Product means the answer to the multiplication problem. So they're saying that we need to do our 12 times 6, and then we're going to divide, which I'm going to use that slash mark like your book uses, that product, the answer to that product, by 9. So divided by 9. And that is how we are going to write those expressions. If we take a look at the next part, it says without calculating, circle the expression with the greater value. So if I look at number 4, we're given 3 times 126 plus 12, or 6 times 126 plus 12. Well, I know that this is the same in both of them. The only difference is our first expression is multiplied by 3, and our second expression is multiplied by 6. Ooh, I know that if I multiply something by 6, it's definitely going to be greater. So this would be our greater expression. In number 5, we have 18 minus 8 divided by 2, or 18 minus 8 divided by 5. So which one is greater? Well, we had a little bit of a hard time in class today until I explained it this way. So let's say that you have some candy. And if you've got this candy and you just divide it among 2 friends, you get like half of the candy. You get a whole bunch of candy. But let's say you have that exact same candy and there's 5 of you. So now you have to split that same candy into 5 groups. You're going to get way less candy, aren't you? If you only have 1 friend to split it with, you're going to get more. So dividing by 2 is going to give you a greater value than dividing by 5. All right, so now we are going to take a look at the bottom. Number 6, it says, explain how you knew which expression had a greater value in problem number 5. Well, we know when you divide by 2, you have only 2 bigger groups than when you take the same number and divide into 5. And then there's smaller groups, kind of like the candy that I talked about. All right. Next one, it says, Ivan was playing a video game. He had 1,300 points and on the next level earned 120 more. Then he lost 12 points. When his turn ended, his score doubled. Write an expression that shows the number of points Ivan has at the end of his turn. Okay, so we know that he started out with 1,300 points, and then he earned 120 more, which is addition. Oh, but then he lost, which is subtraction, 12 points. And all of that took place during the round. But then, when his turn ended, his score doubled. So how do you double something? You times it by 2. So there is our expression. All right, write a situation that can be modeled by the expression 6 times 24 minus 5. So let's say that you earn $24 a week. All right, so you earn $24 a week. You spend $5 and put the rest in savings. After 6 weeks, how much money is in savings? Now, that gives us a situation in which we have 6 times 24 minus 5. So if you earn $24, but then you spend minus 5, spend 5 of it, and put the rest in savings, okay? After 6 weeks, timesing by the 6, how much money is in savings? So that gives us that situation. And that is what we did in math class today. So now you will do page 31 in your math journal as your homework. Additionally, there's a new weekly 10 that'll be due on Friday, and of course, you do your extra math every day.